Hello, welcome back to Faith, Finance, and Freedom by VKA. Today's episode is about financial boundaries. It will expand on financial trauma. We have always looked at trauma in the emotional setting, psychological setting, but there has never been really a clear definition in the Bible for financial trauma. And financial trauma causes significant negative experiences with money because it can cause you to have certain feelings and certain generational patterns, religious trauma, loss, betrayal and abuse, poverty and scarcity, which gives you financial anxiety. When someone betrays you and abuses you and exploits you financially, it can be done by family, friends, institutions, having your money stolen or being forced into debt by others. And generationally, where if you're inheriting dysfunction in money beliefs or behaviors from your parents or grandparents, where you emotionally compulsively spend, hoarding, extremely frugality, avoidance of money discussions, those are generational patterns. Also, religious trauma impacting finances, such as misinterpretations of prosperity, guilting into giving, or feeling unworthy of God's provision due to past financial struggles. When those things come into play, you have to set forth healthy financial boundaries. It is crucial for protecting yourself, for preventing you from repeating the same patterns of financial trauma, and for you to honor God with your resources. One verse which always makes me think about this is Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be distrustful or dishonest with much. This verse is speaking in regards to stewardship and responsibility, knowing what is yours to manage. This verse encourages faithful management of your resources, implying, hey, you have to have boundaries around what is entrusted to you. If God has blessed you with the opportunity for elevation in your business, wealth, prosperity, you have to be a good stewardess in order to keep the wealth and have generational wealth. You are responsible for what God has given you. So you have to be diligent and aware of your own financial situation. You cannot ignore, and it is your responsibility, not anyone else. Also, you have to set limits on your financial obligations to others and for others, such as avoiding debt and co signing. Proverbs 22:7, the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. This highlights the dangers and loss of freedom associated with debt and encouraging a boundary against unnecessary borrowing or lending that would enslave you or others. When you're putting this in application, it's to make sure that you're not enabling someone or you're using wisdom and discernment in giving. When you have discernment, it will help you directly with your finances because you will seek wise counsel for complex financial decisions, especially when setting boundaries with others. And by understanding those boundaries and grounding your actions in these biblical principles, you can heal your past wounds and establish healthier patterns by God by God honoring your relationship with money and with those who are around you. I want you to think about how God has helped you with those financial wounds that you have felt and how your generosity has blessed you and how you had to have boundaries in order for you to be wise and a good stewardship of your funds. Also, keep in mind, no one is perfect. So, what is your experiences where individuals have financially burdened you, taken advantage of you, abused you, used you to advance themselves? And you have to release those who harmed you financially and seek forgiveness for your own financial sins so that you can be able to have healthy financial boundaries and use the resources that you have to honor God. Thank you for joining us today and think about your financial boundaries. It's needed in every department in life, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and financially. What are your boundaries? How are you going to set them up? Be blessed, and I can't wait to speak to you guys again. Take care.